Yo, we locked in. It's due season. Hey, before I keep going, hit that like button, subscribe. You know what to do. Man, being cautious or being fearful? Be cautious or be fearful? Being cautious is a practice of rationality. Okay, if you're worried about something all the time and you continue to dwell on the worry, you're going to invite fear. Fear gets into your body and you can conjure up what you're afraid of and allow it to affect you negatively, right? When it's cold outside, or when you know the temperature is going to be 35 degrees, if you dread the cold, no matter what you do, you're going to be even more cold. But if you look at it with the form of cautiousness and say, you know what, it's 35 degrees, let me layer up, put a nice winter coat on, and go about my business. Now, not saying that you won't feel some kind of chill, but it won't affect you in a negative way as much because of your mindset. You have to live your life when danger presents itself. You have to proceed with caution, not with fear. Okay? In these times, with this virus, many people are acting in fear instead of caution. You know, that's why in the beginning when they first talked about things getting shut down, it was mass, panic, and people were running the stores and, hoarding all kind of things, especially toilet tissue. But when you're calm and you're cautious, you get what you need and you keep it moving. You take the necessary precautions. You wash your hands. You do things like that. You got to move like that in life in general. And as men, it is most important in this effeminate society that we're living in to be the ones of calm, cautious, and fearless. Okay? Fearless, not fearful. Okay? Not full of fear, but cautious. It's important that your family sees this, that your significant other sees this, that your kids see this, that the next man sees this, because it goes into every way in your whole being, man. Your energy that you give off, man, is what you bring back into the world. The energy you give off to the world, you bring it back to yourself. So, case in point, growing up in the hood, I remember a time when I used to be scared. I used to literally be scared to walk in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I used to be fearful of things, and it's because of trauma. When I was 10, I was jumped by a few gang members in my neighborhood, right? And from that point on, from 10 to, I'm gonna say really, for a long time, man, I was kind of walking in fear. Now, as I got older, the older I got, the less fear I was having. And the more confident in myself and the more sure of my own, growing manhood, I became less fearful and realizing that, wait a minute, they're people just like me. And as a man, you got to carry yourself a certain way, man, because if you project fear, you're going to invite what you're afraid of to yourself. So I tell my son now, like, hey, man, you got to walk with a certain walk and confidence and air about yourself that gives off the energy that you are not to be effed with. You know what I'm saying? That, and not in a negative way. Like, you don't want to have negative energy, because even if you're walking in, like, you don't want to be walking angry. You don't want to be walking with, like, you're inviting confrontation, but you want to have that look like, hey man, you know, I respect you, you respect me. And that energy of being courageous and you know, it goes a long way. Now, at the same time, cautious is always the smartest thing, right? Even if you know, it's a gang war going on in your neighborhood, and you know things are getting kind of crazy, it's certain blocks you probably shouldn't walk down, period, because it's not a good time. You know, people are getting shot, people are getting, whatever. So you take the necessary precautions. Now, it's not you're not being a coward because you're taking precautions when things are not safe, okay? But you got to understand as a man how to confront, how to deal with confrontation, and how to supersede confrontation, how to conquer and defend yourself, So, I know I went off on a tangent about the hood, but it applies to what's going on in this world right now. When I'm out, I wear gloves, sanitary gloves. I take them off and throw them away. I got wipes. I'm wiping things down, sanitizing my hands when I can, washing my hands every chance I can get. You got to take those necessary precautions that are going to, ensure, or at least, give you the best chance of, survival, period. It's the smart thing to do. It just is what it is. So we're going to operate like that. I just wanted to get a little tidbit to y'all, man, and let y'all understand like how things really are, man, and how you really got to handle yourself in these times. And you got to be that vessel of strength, in your tribe. You got to be that vessel of strength, man. The woman in your life, the kids in your life, whatever, your mother, you got to be the vessel of strength, And so, hey, man, hit that like button. I'll be back. Peace.